attack, and it's like you would think a tsunami was coming.
If you don't hit the ground, they just kind of like hang
Yes, they hang around you, and then they like can catch you and like they can sting you. Yeah, and then there's some stragglers. Okay, but look, we survived. Oh, we're so brave. We're so strong. Yay.
Kick it off with a question. Travis, do you want to start this time? Sorry, you do not have to. I keep putting you on the spot. Sanji, do you want to start?
So besides being a beekeeper, what's the most exciting right now about playing Portland?
Yeah, for us playing Portland, I think the most exciting thing is that they are an opponent that we've played away recently in this half of the season, which I think is very important, and a game that we definitely felt like we left points on that field, especially in that away game, and I think that gives us a lot of confidence knowing an opponent, having played them quite recently, again away, and knowing that we have points there that we're hungry to go get.
You're from the San Diego area, so what makes San Diego such a popular sport for soccer? What makes it such a mecca for the sport?
Yeah, so born and raised here, so I mean literally grew up playing on these polo fields a majority of my life, and I think that even at a young age, like San Diego and Southern California in general is a hub when it comes to soccer. I mean, you look at the weather and like the place we live, and of course like people want to get out here and play on these grass pitches. But beyond that, I think that there is just a soccer community. It's been that way even in like collegiately and in the men's game. Like, you could see like it was very normal to have that kind of support of the game here. So I think that a lot of those variables attribute San Diego to being such a popular soccer community. But more importantly, it's just in the blood here. Like it's been that way since I was younger, and it's been that way before me.
Any feelings about having to play just one playoff game, win as they call, especially when it was last two games against Portland were tied? Did you go back and see something on film to what can be changed?
Yeah, I mean, which it's funny you ask this just because the turnaround is so crazy. I mean, we were literally on the tarmac leaving Kansas City while trying to figure out when we would even play our game, confirming who we'd be playing, where we would be playing. So a lot of things have happened in the last 48 hours, I'd say. And yeah, like both of those games against Portland like are being reviewed and are, things that we're going to go over during the week. And like I said, having played them away recently, I think that's really advantageous for us and of an opponent for us to get, because I mean we've really just seen them play, and we can comb through literally every last bit of that to really make sure that we come away with a win.
Travis, do you want to go?
Sure. How's the fire in the team feeling? Like, how passionate is everyone going into this playoff game?
Yeah, it's our playoff push, right? So I mean, yeah, there are ebbs and flows throughout the season, and you can see that in terms of on the players. You can see it in results. You can just, I mean, we're here for a while, so like it's inevitable. But what I like to see with us right now is that we're definitely in a flow state. We're definitely on the up. I think that there was a bit of an ebb in which we were trying to find our footing, and like any team in this league, kind of those moments you're trying to figure out, you're trying to ride them to help you. And I think right now we are in a really, really good and positive position on riding quite a big high. So yeah, but like we say every day, we're walking into that meeting room and we're sitting around each other and we're like, you're not guaranteed this every day. You're not guaranteed this whatsoever. So don't take it for granted. It's a privilege, and it's one that we want to continue to earn every week this month.
Sanji, do you want to go?
Yeah, you talked about the flow state, and I think combining that with a theme that this team has experienced and a lot of other NWSL teams this season, but there's been a lot of turnover with players leaving and coming in. At your forward position, there's been players coming in and out. How have you adapted to that, and has that kind of factored into the ebb and flows? And then also kind of more like a personal insider question, like when did you feel that the team started to flow again after that ebb?
Yeah, so for your first question, yeah, a lot of turnover, but I think that We knew that coming into this season. I think that it was definitely almost a part of a bit of our identity of being able to be like, how are we the quickest to adapt and be flexible in that, and how do we use that to our advantage? And I think that that's shown how quickly we were able to kind of turn a narrative of like, oh, rebuild, you know, they don't know each other very well, to being like, no, like that's where we're most comfortable, most confident. So I think that's super important for us. And yeah, there is, when there's changeover in any position and throughout a team in a season, it's hard because you're trying to, you know, you're trying to establish connection and establish like a certain style of play, but you want to limit turnover, but you want to be able to make changes, and I think that we've really been able, or it's a fine line, I'd say, and we've been really able to walk it well. This season, especially the back half of the season, in terms of trusting one another and knowing that regardless of, you know, who needs to fill in that position or who we put on the field or who's starting and who's not, like there is a trust amongst us as a team that we can execute a plan regardless. And yeah, and then your final question of when the turnaround from the ebb to the flow, I'd say that results obviously are a huge part of that. So, you know, our Utah win is massive and on the away and playing in that tragic weather. And of course that connects the team and it really brings us back to a grounding place. But I'd say even before that, like, you know, there were points that in DC that like we really had. And I remember at the end of that game, though that result wasn't our way, and you would think, oh, that's probably still like a down part of the season. I remember speaking to the girls after the game and being like, we're gonna be back here. Like, remember this feeling. Like, remember how disappointed and frustrating this is, because I promise you, in a few weeks we will be back here, and that's the game to win. That's the game to win. And I even think in that moment that is a massive term in terms of moving into a flow state and kind of putting people in that mindset of, oh right, like there's so much to be earned here, there's so much to be gotten here, and we'll win those points when it means the most. So yeah, that hopefully I got all your questions.
Cool. You have a prediction for the game, the final score?
Final score prediction. Ooh. So I'd say that I love a game away against Portland. I think it's a fun place to play, and as an opponent, I don't fear it. So I'm thinking 2-0 us in full time. That's what I'm feeling. Yeah, we love some Portland away goals.
Do you guys have any last questions? No? Cool, thank you.
Nice, of course.